In Nigeria, and it's a beautiful Monday morning. I hope you had an amazing weekend. My name is Samuel Odi, and today I'll be bringing you a whole lot of juicy stories from obviously the local scene, foreign scene, ranging from boxing, football, the round letter game, basketball, and again in the world of tennis and Formula One. And we'll be going on a very, very quick run today, and we'll be starting from the home front, and it's going to be the ladies first, which are the Rivers Angels, who successfully, won the Female Federation Cup this past Saturday. Congratulations to Rivers Angels. And now the Rivers coach speaking. I missed on the 17th job because of achievement. Rivers Angels coach missed Ogbonda, who said Rivers Angels coach White Ogbonda has revealed how he failed to progress during the interview stage for the role of national under 17 team head coach job because he didn't won any title as a coach. Ogbonda ended his trophyless run as a coach on Saturday, leading Rivers Angels to their 9th President Federation Cup women title with a 1-0 win over Nigeria Rentless at the Mobojola Johnson Arena, Onikon, Lagos. Falconet striker Blessing Okpe scored the winning goal from the penalty spot late in the first half. Reacting to win after the game, Ogbonda revealed his dream of getting a national team job some years back, which was unsuccessful due to his lack of trophies. It's good for me as a head coach to get the trophy because I remember some years back when I went for the under-17 interview. That was one of the things that brought me back. They asked me if I have won as a coach, Ogbonda said during the post-match interview. Yes, so these are, well, if you're wondering what it entails to get a coach or to hire a coach in Nigeria or anywhere in the world of football or in any sport generally, because at the end goal of coaches is to win trophies, not just for the team but for themselves, to just have it in their CV to show that yes, I've been able to carry a team all through from the beginning of the competition all through to the end, and again succeeding and then winning the championship. So this is one of the criteria, and again congratulations to Rivers Angels for being able to seal the 1-0 victory, which came early in the first half. Blessing was able to net the goal from the penalty spot with a very, very clinical kick, which gave her side the lead in the first half, and then they were able to maintain that lead, defended well, played well with the help of the coach. So this is one of the, this is a win for Rivers United, despite the fact that the male side didn't succeed in the continent and did not succeed as well in Nigerian Professional League. But notwithstanding, the ladies were able to hold it up and then make Rivers State proud. And the governor of Rivers State, Steve Fubara, was super excited, who hosted them in the government house with a whole lot of excitement, and they all celebrated. So this is a win for not just the coach, but it's also a win for the Rivers Angels, and again a win for Rivers State at large. So moving on, still on Federation Cup final winning, hungry players helped El Kelemi Warriors, says the coach. Zubairu, head coach of El Kelemi Warriors, Aliyu Zubairu, has credited his team's triumph in the 2024 Presidential Federations Cup to the zeal and hunger of the youthful side. The Maiduguri side won their third Federation Cup title on Saturday by outclassing Abia Warriors 2-0 in the men's final at the Mojola Johnson Arena, Onikon, Lagos. They had won the title in 1991 and 1992. Man of the match, midfielder Nasiru Saliu, who missed the penalty in the opening stage of the game, put the opponent to the sword with 2 goals, one in each half. A cap to dominate Zubairu's men. The Federation Cup title was the second achievement of the Maiduguri side under Zubairu, having led them back to the promotion of the Nigerian Professional Football League ahead of next season. When we started, the players I assembled were very young and hungry. They want to make a name for themselves, Zubairu said after the game. So I have a very, background, and I'm an El Kelemi Warrior fan, despite the fact that I'm from the East. I was born in Borno State, Maiduguri. My first ever game was in the El Kelemi Warrior Stadium, where I played basketball. So it's an amazing thing for them to win. I was rooting for them as of last week, though I wasn't in Lagos to watch, but I watched from home here in Abuja. So I was able to root, and then I watched. Those guys were so clinical. The team were very young, and Coach Zubairu, who I know for myself is a very good coach, and is someone that I respect so much. So he was able to manage this team of young guys. The oldest player on the team was actually the goalkeeper because of experience, and this is super amazing for him and his team, for them to be able to clinch this win. It was an amazing run, for despite losing out in a penalty and despite not scoring when they had an opportunity to score from the spot kick, but the midfielder was able to capitalize and then scored twice in the second half. He almost took a page off Ademola Lookman's book to have a hat trick, but he missed his spot on penalty kick. But notwithstanding, his side was still victorious at the end of the day. So this matters so much. Why? Because how did they get to win? They had to win because the team won. They were young, not just being young, but they were very hungry. The hunger in them drive and then drived them to be able to secure the most needed victory that they needed. Not just that, what does this victory mean for them? Of course, Governor Zulum will be very, very happy with his side, despite the crisis he's having now. He has something, to smile about. And what does it mean for Academy Warriors, for them for the next season? Yes, they are going to be in the Nigerian Professional League, and they are also going to the continent. So it's a win-win for them. And for Abia Warriors, they put up a good fight, but they needed to have done more because they were not so clinical. They were very slack, and they were all flat-footed most of the times. I guess that was one of the reasons they kind of lose that. But for the El Kelemi Warriors side, these guys were young, hungry, and they were able to perform greatly for themselves. And then they have the last laugh. They are crowned champions of the Federation for the President's Cup, Federation Cup drama. NFF withdraws award from El Kelemi Warriors goalkeeper Abina. So Abia Warriors goalkeeper Ali Ishaka will be presented the Best Goalkeeper Award of the 2024 President Federation's Cup at Nigerian Professional Federation office in Abuja, as well as a 1 million prize money after the goalkeeper was controversially denied the plague following an error by the announcer. How would an announcer make a mistake like that when you're giving an award? We need to be clinical when making things like this. During the final at the Mobolaji Johnson Arena, Onikon, Lagos on Saturday, El Kelemi Warriors won the final 2-0 for their third title, courtesy of the brace from midfielder Nasiru Saliu. Saliu is someone we're looking out for to be in the Nigerian Super Eagles real soon, because he is very young, very talented, and we're having news reaching us that teams from Europe and Saudi Arabia are beginning to root for him because of his amazing and clinical performance from the presidential the Federation Cup this season. So in a bizarre twist, during the trophy and award presentation of the men's final, El Kelemi Warriors goalkeeper George Abina stepped up to receive the Best Goalkeeper Award after an NFF official was moderated the brave ceremony, announced the winner as Ali Ishaka of El Kelemi Warriors. Ali Ishaka is the goalkeeper of Abia Warriors. So that was a little bit of a mix-up. So Abina, you know that's not yours, so obviously it's going to be returned. There was a bit of a recall at the presentation, but the award has since been recovered by the NFF and will be handed to Ishaku, the deserved winner, at a later date in Abuja. Our correspondent learned that the chairman of the club, John Obu, called after the event to tell us that we shouldn't worry and everything is being settled. So the NFF have this under control, and in a later date, this whole back and forth will be sorted, and the award will be given to who is the main winner. Eastern Academy Warriors keeper Abina lamented that the lack of explanation by the NFF for the decision to strip him of the award, added that he deserved the award as well. Well, everybody deserves the award, but this time is not for you, Abina, so just hold on, your time is coming, do more work, and we would see if you would be crowned the best goalkeeper. Now, still on the NFF, Victor Osimhen, Finidi George, and now the Minister of Sport, John Enoch, has this to say. Nigerian Sports Minister John Enoch has stated that handling the recent outburst by Napoli striker Victor Osimhen against former Super Eagles coach Finidi George is not the immediate priority of the Nigerian Football Federation. Well said, sir. Addressing the situation among both African players of the year, winner of Eagles 7, Enoch highlighted that need for the NFF to prioritize other pressing issues within Nigerian football rather than being set-tracked by Osimhen and Finidi's controversy. There has been a plenty of opinion on this Osimhen and a tangerine of Nigerian, but it was a low. Enoch said, I told NFF not to make a pronouncement on this before they have engaged Osimhen. This is so especially because these are not best of times for Nigerian football, and we have managed a lot of things. The NFF has to be focused on not being distracted. The controversy began when Finidi George alleged to have questioned Osimhen's commitment to the national team after the striker missed the 2026 World Cup qualifiers against South Africa and Benin Republic. Finidi reportedly said that he could not beg Osimhen to play for the team after the player withdrew from the qualifiers due to injury. In response, Osimhen took to his social media claiming he had communicated his injury status to Finidi and had offered to join the team in camp without having to take the pitch, which the former coach declined. So now, a whole lot of things have been going, a whole lot of veterans, Super Eagles veterans have, appeared, come on news outlets, social media, and give their own sense of what should be done to Victor Osimhen. Some have said, has reacted and said they want him to be banned from the Super Eagles. They don't want him to play. They need him to apologize to Finidi George before he gets back on the team. They need him to dobale. They need him to do this, do that. But now, they've not asked the question, what prompted Victor Osimhen to say this? We all know it's not news that Victor Osimhen sustained this injury, not for Napoli. He sustained this injury while he was playing for the Super Eagles in January when they were playing the African Cup of All Nations. But he managed and played through. During this past season, the Italian Serie A, he managed to play, but he had a few setbacks, a few injury challenges that also made him not to perform all through the season, which he had also led to him missing out for the qualifications. Now, is it Victor Osimhen's fault that Super Eagles did not get to qualify or did not win 2 straight matches? No, we only drew 1 and then we lost 1. Whose fault is it? Nobody is asking that question. I think that's the question we should be asking. Whose fault is it? Was Finidi George being clinical? Was he being very, very tactical? Was he playing the right players he was supposed to play at the right time? Did he make good substitutions? These are questions we need to ask. We have good players. We have Victor Boniface, we have Paul Onacho, we have other strikers. We have Nathan Taylor, who had to go back for personal reasons. We have Ademola Lookman, we have Samuel Chukwueze, we have Alex Iwobi, we have the bunch of them. But what is the question? Is Victor Osimhen the only player in the Super Eagles that is only going to help the Super Eagles win the match? That's another question we need to answer. If he is the only answer we have, then there's a problem. There's no need even going to play the other matches we have with South Africa and other African countries to try and qualify, because now the man is still injured and we're not certain if he's going to, recover before the set dates for those matches. So all of these things need to happen. Now, questions also need to be asked. What happened? What prompted to Victor Osimhen reacting like that? Because Finidi George came out and said he's not going to beg. Did Victor Osimhen say you have to come beg me first? We don't know that. But it was also said by Victor Osimhen that he had communicated with Finidi George that he is not healthy and he cannot come and play, but he can come and support as a team member. So that is also on another angle. So there's just a whole lot going on. But for Mr. John, the Minister of Sports, to come out and say that is not the priority, I agree with you on that 100%, because we need to find us a coach. We need to find, not just finding the coach, we need to find a coach with a track record, not just a coach with a track record, but someone who has done it and who can handle pressure and help the Super Eagles qualify for the 2026 World Cup, which is set to take in Canada, Mexico, and the United States of America. So all of these angles now are what we need to look at, because the male side of the Nigerian football is really not doing so well. The female side are making us proud, and we need all of that to change real good soon. The men need to start doing something. The NFF needs to get her house in order so that we can be able to qualify. When I mean we, the Super Eagles, Nigeria at large, need to qualify for the Super Eagles, because it's been a long time coming since we got to that level of competition. So still moving on, still talking. Now we are moving on to England, and then still on Victor Osimhen. Man United offers 100 plus cash for Victor Osimhen. Manchester United are keen to signing Victor Osimhen, with the Red Devils reportedly plotting a player plus cash deal to sign the 25-year-old Napoleon striker. The Nigerian has been linked with clubs like Chelsea, Arsenal, and PSG, but a report from Castello states that United are very much in the race as well. According to reports, the Red Devils have offered cash plus striker Ramos Angelo in a deal for the Napoli man, and it will be interesting to see if the Italian giants are willing to accept such an offer. Angelo joined United last season and was quite impressive in his debut campaign in England. It would be quite surprising if decided to sanction his departure. The Denmark international is a prodigious talent with a bright future and could develop into a key player for the club. Napoli are prepared to cash in on Osimhen this summer, despite being their leading top scorer for the past 2 seasons, including the Sadio winning 2022-2023 season campaign. So Victor Osimhen is a very big player, and any team getting him at this point, at this hour, is going to enjoy whatever they're going to spend, because for the past 2 seasons, he has been holding it in, injury or no injury. He is still holding it on for Napoli. He is this one player that, if he's on your side, he's going to do everything within his power to win. So for Manchester United to be going this fast and, adding another player, Andre is also a talented player. I don't know why they want to do that. I was thinking they would even use probably Marcus Rashford, who has not been on his good performance lately, to add up a little cash and then get to see if they are going to land Victor Osimhen. But on the other hand, Victor Osimhen himself wants to go to Chelsea. Arsenal wants him, PSG wants him. But where do I think now, do I really think Victor Osimhen is going to fit in? With a style of play, agility, strong and power, I think he's going to fit in well in Chelsea. I know you all know I'm a Chelsea fan, but I'm not saying that because I'm a Chelsea fan. The style of play of Chelsea is going to suit him well, because one, he is like a baby Drogba. Let me just put it that way, because Drogba is this player that will struggle and fight any defender tooth and nail, get the ball and then bang the goal. That is what Drogba does, and that is exactly what Victor Osimhen has been doing right from the Super Eagles when he was in the under-17 teams, and then he graduated. That's what he has been doing. Now he has been holding it down for Napoli for the past 2 seasons, and he keeps getting better and better and better. Injuries or no injuries, you're rest assured that Victor Osimhen in a season can get you up to 25 to 30 goals. No arguments on that. So that's what Victor Osimhen is all about. But for Manchester United to be keen and going this far and making such offers is going to be juicy. But right now, Napoli has nothing to say about the fact if they want him to leave, because one, Ancelotti, I don't think Ancelotti would want to let Victor Osimhen leave, but Victor Osimhen himself is saying he's not happy. So I feel it's time for him to change, it's time for a move and all of that. But we're just hoping as the stories keep unfolding, you trust that TalkSport is going to bring you the exact story, and then when he finally decides to make a move, you will be the first to know. Still on transfer, El Attihad offered Ademola Lookman, speaking about Ademola Lookman now, the man with the hat-trick in the final against the Atlanta man, who scored 3 goals in the final against Boniface, his own brother, and the man who made Xavi Alonso cry in camera in the front of the whole world. Ademola Lookman, El Attihad offered Lookman a bumper £11 million salary annually. Saudi Arabia, these people just know how to spend money. They just know how to spend money. Saudi Arabia Al Ittihad have made a generous offer to Atlanta forward Ademola Lookman, proposing an annual salary of nearly £11 million for the player. According to the transfer expert Rudy Garnett, the Saudi club has also offered Atlanta £30 million for the transfer, with the negotiations between the clubs ongoing. Lookman recently secured his team's first European trophy in the UEFA Europa League by scoring a hat-trick against previous unbeaten Bayern Leverkusen, becoming the match's hero. Despite his success, the forward is not in a rush to leave Lade or Europe football just yet, but Al Ittihad is attempting to lure him with substantial financial incentives. Lookman has been playing for Atlanta since he joined the summer of 2022, joining from Lesby for 9.9 million euros last season. He scored 17 goals and provided 10 assists in 45 matches for the Italian club. The 26-year-old performance have attracted interest from several top clubs across Europe. Bundesliga giant Bayern Munich, Serie A side Juventus, and also reportedly key acquiring Lookman alongside several top Premier League clubs since making the switch from Bundesliga outfit RB Lisbon to the Italian. Lookman has scored 32 times in 78 matches across all competitions for Ladi. His current contract with Atlanta expires in 2026, and while he is constant at the club, he is keeping his options open ahead of the pre-seasons. Yes, so Ademola Lookman is a great guy, a very, very great guy, a great player. We saw what he did for the Super Eagles in AFCON, and then not just AFCON alone, he extended the same goodwill, yes, I said goodwill, to his club. So he has been very, very clinical. He has been scoring goals, creating assists, and then making a name for himself. He was in England for a few. He was in Fulham, he was in Everton, he was in Leicester, but that was just the peak and then the kickoff of his career. He didn't really, have the best of times until moving to Lesby, and then now moving to Atlanta, where he has gathered lots of experience from England, Lesby, and now he is performing excellently well with Atlanta. Do I think he should go to Saudi Arabia to play at this point? No, I don't think so, because one, he's at his prime. He can't leave to Saudi Arabia now. Yes, the money is good. He needs to be somewhere where his market value is going to increase. He needs to play with the best of the best. Where is he going to meet those players that are the best of the best? Yes, he's going to meet them in England. I think he should come to England. Where would he fit in then? If you're asking if he's coming to England, he's going to fit in well. I'm not going to say Chelsea this time. He's going to fit in well with Liverpool because of the style of play. He has his firepower to come in from the left wing, break the defense, and then find the back of the net, just like he did with Atlanta and then the Bayern Leverkusen in the finals. If you did watch the match, the whole attack from the first minute to the 90th minute came through the left flank, and he never disappointed. He banged all of the goals. He netted all of the goals. So this guy is very clinical. The money, yes, is looking good. Manchester United are offering 60 million. Liverpool are offering 57 million pounds, so a whole lot of money now. El Ittihad are offering an annual salary of 11 million pounds, and then a 30 million pounds for Atlanta. So that's a total of a 41 million 41 million pounds. So it's just a whole lot of money is coming in, and this guy is in his prime. I don't think moving to Saudi Arabia is going to be the best options for him. I will be going on a quick break, and when we come back, we'll be diving straight into Europe, where Spain trusts Georgia 4-1 to book a quarterfinal spot. Yes, if you're wondering who they'll be meeting when I come back from this break, I will be bringing you that information. Do stay with me. I'll be right back.
For an insightful idea that takes the center stage and the conversation that gets beyond the headlines, to explore the lasting impact of political decisions, Big Talk got you covered. From policy debates to geopolitical insights, from thought-provoking discussions to actionable insight.
What is the real responsibility of government?
Big Talk delves deep into the heart of the matter. Join us weekdays on global televisions from 6:30 p.m. for a reverting journey into the heart of politics, where we dissect issues shaping our society.
With every government and introduction.
Time check. It's midday.
Get a shot in. Squares it. Into the box.
It's time for sports' biggest moments on global television. The headlines, scores, breaking news, and commentaries on sporty events. Talking with the biggest players, strikers, and about the slam dunks and goals, stunning saves, near misses, and upsets. Let's talk about the greatest home runs, comebacks, knockdowns, and victories. Talk sports with the king of sports, Anthony Momodu. Weekdays, 10 a.m. Don't miss out.
Oh, that goal. Beautiful work from the wingers.
Yes, like I said, Spain trashed the newbies. If you're wondering who the newbies are those that trashed Portugal 2-0. Yes, to qualify, to make it round to the qualifying stages. So Spain trashed the newbies. Yes, the newbies, Georgia. This is the first time they're making it to Euros in their history. So Spain trashed Georgia 4-1 to book quarterfinal spots. Yes, Rodrigo, Fabian Ruiz, Nico Williams, and Dani Olmo all have scored as Spain came from behind to beat Georgia 4-1 at the Euro 2024 on Sunday and set up a blockbuster quarterfinal against the host Germany. Robin Lane on goal gave Georgia a shock lead in the 18th minute of this last 16 tie to send their noisy supporters wild in the colony. It was the first goal Spain had conceded at the competition, but they came back to equalize 6 minutes before the interval, courtesy of Manchester City midfielder Rodrigo. Then headed home in the 51st minute, and Williams ran through for the third before substitute Olmo made the show of the win as Lord Rojo stay on the track to become European champions for the fourth time. Spain now takes on Germany in the last 8 to surrogate in Southgate on Friday in a repeat of the Euro 2008 final, which they won 1-0 to begin their golden era of dominance in the international football. Luis de la Fuente's current team are looking to bring back the glory days, and we're expected to brush Georgia aside. To brush Georgia's sides here, they would have ultimately won by a far greater margin had they had converted more of their chances within the 16-year-old winger Lamine Yamal squandering several opportunities in his attempts to become the youngest ever goal scorer at Euros. So technically, Spain scored 5 goals. Yes, 5 goals, because it was an own goal. So Georgia didn't even, get close to scoring themselves, because the defense from Spain was very, very strong, and the goalkeeper was just, punching everything away and catching everything even that comes his way. I thought he caught some mosquitoes, as if they have some of those in Germany. So it's been a very, very, very difficult and a very, very challenging situation, because Spain are always on the attack, and the Georgian side were able to hold them off for a bit in the first half, but it's the firepower of this Spanish side, of this young Spanish side, was able to override and then take over. We've always known how Spain are. They are very calm and calculated. If they don't get to score so much goals in the first half, don't worry, in the second half they are going to score lots of goals. So that was what planned out. So now for Georgia, they did put up a very good fight, but this you say when it rains in Spain, it pours. So it poured heavily on Georgia last night. They couldn't even, their umbrellas couldn't help them, their raincoats couldn't help them. It just kept pouring, and then now they flooded away, and they are now shifted back to Georgia. So that was what planned out. But for the Georgian side, where they're clinical, where they're strong, yes, they were strong, but the Spanish side were stronger, and like they always say, better offense beats better defense. So the defense was good, but the offense was better. So that was what panned out yesterday. And congratulations to Spain. Now Germany and Spain, a repeat of 2008 Euros. So now that was what happened in the final. So I think this is going to be a final before the finals. Do I see Germany scaling through this Spanish side? Is going to be very, very hard. It's just going, the person that I think, the team, what I feel now is the team that gets to win this match that's coming up on Friday, that's within Germany now and Spain. I think that team is going to win the finals, because these two guys are great, and Germans now have not been tested in all this competition. They've just been playing a little bit of teams that are more like underdogs, that are not like so keen, that don't have so many superstars that can put the ball on the ground and play and create chances for themselves. But now they are about to be tested. There's a greater challenge coming up. So Euro quarter final against hosts Germany, that's talking about Spain and Germany now. A far greater challenge lies just up the road for Spain. Friday night's last 8 collision with Germany, which looks like the Delfato tournament final by any other name. So just as well as they go armed with prodigies on their flank, the 16-year-old Bakskin in limelight on the right, Lamine Yamal has rather obscured the sufficiency, the talent of Nico Williams on the opposite flank, and in one other moment electrifying on Sunday night. So he revealed that the hosts are up against a precise long ball in their direction, and the 21-year-old was sprinting away from leaving Georgia for dead with a ball into the roof and the net, which wrapped up the challenging night. The commentary direct followed. That is how you dispense with a defeat in deficient counter-attack opponent. So Nico Williams was very clinical. Yamal was also clinical, but he threw away lots of chances. Why did I think he threw that away? I think because he's still very young and he lacks experience. But looking at Yamal now, PSG are looking to drop a whooping sum of 235 million euros for a 16-year-old. Wow. PSG, you guys have that much money? I thought it's only the Saudi Arabians that spend so much money on players. So PSG are looking to, as we all know, Kylian Mbappe has left for the Galacticos, that's Real Madrid now, and the PSG is now, they are looking for someone who has that much firepower, who has that quality. But do I think Yamal is there right now to fit in that role and where Kylian Mbappe shows in PSG? Well, he did not give them the Champions League, which was what they wanted from him. But do I think Yamal can handle the pressure in PSG with the French fans? I don't think so. I think he's still young, but is he a great player? Yes, he is a great player. Does he have all the experience needed to be able to carry a whole team on his back? I don't think he has that experience. But that money, 235 million pounds for him, I think it's so much, and you're not even willing to pay 100 million euros, 100 million pounds for Victor Osimhen. I don't think that is fair, because one, Victor Osimhen has more experience, he has scored more goals, and he obviously carried Napoli for the 2022-2023 season, and then this past season, this 2023-2024 season, that he was not super healthy. They finished third on their log table because he wasn't all that healthy, and again he was absent for most of the matches because he was here in Nigeria. He was playing for Nigeria and as well representing for Nigeria as well in the African Cup of Nations. So all of this contributed, but not disregarding Yamal. I think he's a great guy. Talking about Nico Williams now. Nico Williams is very, very clinical. His goal and composure in front of goal, one-on-one with the goalkeeper, that's world class. He's just 21 and he's playing like that. So there is just a whole lot of hope for Spain, and I feel the odds are against the Germans. What does the Germans have against Spanish? Now they have the home soil, and I'm sure they will have more fans than the Spanish side, but do they have the quality that they need? Yes, they do have the quality, but who has higher quality, who has more quality, who is more comfortable when it comes to situations like this and then winning big matches? I think I'm giving that to Spain, because Spain have done it and they are still doing it. So let's see what pans out. Friday is just around the corner, 4 days from now, and I'm just wishing both sides good luck. Still on Euros, Jude Bellingham celebration against Slovakia. Fans think they have spotted the two words that Jude Bellingham shouted after scoring England's tournament-saving goal in a stoppage time against Slovakia on Sunday. England's Euro 2024 journey looked over with just 1 minute remaining after Alvin Sanchez gave Slovakia a shock first-half lead against the run of play. The Three Lions bounced one of their worst performances of Gareth Southgate's 8-year association with the national team, but were saved from immediate elimination by Bellingham's stunning late goal. Bellingham's, like many England stars, had endured a frustrating outing in Garsanke before popping up with an emphatic kick in the final minutes. In additional time, the Real Madrid midfielder waited patiently as he chose was a launch into the box and manipulated his body to produce a brilliant acrobatic finish. That was superb. Like, okay, here in Nigeria we call it bicycle kick, so it's called acrobatic finish over there. Yeah, so has been a very, like people would say, they said England's performance has been pinning their eyes. So England hasn't been performing so well this season. Gareth Southgate hasn't been doing so well because players come out to complain that yes, we are not performing so well for one single reason, because we are not playing in the positions that we are used to. Gareth Southgate has just been doing lots of try and error. Still talking about England, though luckily Jude Bellingham was able to move his body around and then score this acrobatic finish, and then which was a very, very beautiful goal. If you did miss it, just try and see if you're going to get the highlights. It was very, very amazing. Just few seconds to go, the whip in the cross, and he was there to carry his team as always. And then on the other side, Harry Kane was able to, play his own role as the team captain to score one goal, which crowned it and then gave England the win of a 2-1 victory against Slovakia. Still talking about England, Gary Neville blasts England's woeful Euro performance. Yes, the manner of England's dramatic win over Slovakia on Sunday did nothing to quell this criticism of Gary Neville, who labelled their performance at Euro 2024 thus far as woefully. The Southgate side were saved from the embarrassment of the last 16 exits in Slovakia by Jude Bellingham's stunning bicycle kick in the 95th minute before Harry Kane scored the winner within the seconds of the start of the extra time, despite victory ensuring that the side are still on to claim the country's maiden European crown. Neville was not caught up in the emotions and suggested Southgate has been fortunate to escape a defeat that would have almost certainly have ended his reign as England boss. England has been woefully for the games, he said on the post-match conversation. We all know Southgate in the studio. He is a great guy. He has got massive integrity, obviously, but he will realize tonight that he was so close to the edge, very close to the edge. He added, "Sweet Caroline" doesn't sound very sweet relief if the word of the day. We've been very, very lucky, and we should thank our lucky stars because we were woefully, and we have been woeful now for 4 games. Yes, England has been like, Bian. It's not just state. England hasn't been performing well. Players are just struggling. They defend, run roughly, they attack. So it's just, the attack hasn't been it. The midfield hasn't been it. Why hasn't been it? What is going on with England? Doesn't England have qualities to perform well in these competitions? They do have it. They have Foden, they have Harry Kane, they have Jude Bellingham, they have Alexander, they have Bukayo Saka, they have a whole lot of guys. They have a whole lot of guys who are doing so well for their club side. But what is the challenge now? Alexander Arnold is someone that plays from the right back, but now Southgate wants him to play in the number 10 position. How is that possible? How is he going to make the runs? How is he going to drive the ball? How is he going to give those key passes? How is he going to communicate with his striker to move this way because the ball is going this way? All of these things matters, and Southgate has been doing try and error. This is not time for all of that to be happening. If he really wants England to go far or even win the competition, I think he needs to do better and allow these players play in their natural positions. I think we are going to see a different England if that should happen. So that is just what it is on the side of England. And then now we are going to be moving away from Euro and football generally, when we'll be going into the world of boxing. Yes, you heard me right, boxing. I'm on foot though, so I can't box, and I'm not a boxer, so I'm just going to bring you updates of Oshoba, who has extended her wins in UK. Yes, Oshoba and Tosin, these 2 great fighters, are actually been doing extensively well, making Nigerian proud and making us all proud back home. They have both extended their wins. World Boxing Council silver featherweight champion Elizabeth Oshoba and WBC African champion Oluwatosin Kanjawa extended their winning streak on Saturday at the Boston Center, Essex, United Kingdom. A 2022 Commonwealth Games silver medalist for Nigeria, Oshoba delivered a commanding knockout performance, knocking out Argentine Augustina Rogers in the round 3 of their 6-round women's super featherweight clash. The victory improves Oshoba's flawless record to 8 wins, 5 coming via knockout, further solidified her status as a leading champion in women's boxing. It was an easy fight for me because I have been training hard for it, so I did not expect anything less, Oshoba told our correspondent. I feel very good and happy after my win because I know and believe I am getting to where I want every day. Looking ahead, the 24-year-old, who also holds the IBO super featherweight title, expressed her anticipation for a significant upcoming fight, which could be a fight for the main belt. Yes, which could be for the main belt, the WBC belt. Yes, where do you think that will be happening? Is happening right here in Nigeria. Yes, that's when the president belt will be happening, when we'll be having the Oshoba coming to face Simwaka of Malawi. We have Oluwatosin also, who will be coming down to face Obinna for his own WBC belt here when is all of this happening. The month of September is packed up with a whole lot of fights, boxing events that will be happening locally in Nigeria, where all of these fighters will be coming to Nigeria to fight, and it's tagged the president belt. Yes, you heard that right, the president belt, which will be coming to you live here in Abuja. So when more information unfolds, it's going to be brought to you obviously by us. And then there's also another big story of another boxing fight that will be coming up still in September, and then to prep for that fight that will be happening in September, this was what the fighter had to do. Now you're wondering who the fighter is. Yes, it's our own very own Anthony Joshua, who a lot of us says he has an Ajabo skin. Yes, Ajabo means someone who is soft and who doesn't look like a fighter, but Anthony Joshua forgets that good-looking smile, soft skin. He has firepower. What did he do to get himself prepped, or to start getting himself prepped for his fight against Daniel? Joshua finally moves out of his mother's house ahead of Darius' bout. Yes, he had to leave out. He had to leave Momsy and like, mommy, I need to go, be a man, and I have a manly business to take care of. So mommy, I'll see you later. I have business to take care of. That was what Anthony Joshua said. So he had to leave to go get things ready. So moving on, my producer said my time is almost up, but I'm just going to bring you this last story before I get kicked off the studio. Joshua finally moves out of his mom's house ahead of Darius' bout. Formerly heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua recently moved out of his mother's North London flat into a new mansion. The 2012 Olympic champion, with nearly £100 million in the bank, revealed that he's recently moved out of praised his mother's, yet adding that he stayed in his mother's house flat to endure her well-being. I did not want to leave my mom alone, he said. On this side land, I want to make sure that her foundation were strong, the nest was strong. So when I leave, mom's good for me. That's freedom. So that's on Anthony Joshua. He is getting ready. He had to leave mommy to go get ready for his fight. And on today's edition, that is how much time can permit us to bring you. My name is Samuel Odi, and I will definitely see you all tomorrow with the king of sports himself. You have an amazing Monday ahead. Have a great day. Good morning. My name is Samuel Odi. Have a blessed day ahead. Bye for now.